Just got here in Philadelphia airport, baby. Coffee here. I needed it. Leftover from Friday. Should be good enough. Nothing like Tim Horton though. $72. You killed me, Smalls. Finally, on Monday, Aaron's out here working on the exhaust. And basically not taking it. Aaron does a pretty good job on the MIG. I mean, it's not like TIG, but you know, it looks alright. And somebody mocked it up really good, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so loud. It sounds like V8. Yeah.
That sounds pretty good actually.
More like a race car now, yeah?
Yeah, this sounds actually nice.
Yeah, seriously, like if you didn't want to keep it quiet for a certain track, like this is the race car sound. Sounds like V8, right? Rawr, rawr. But it's not V8. So we went with the KTM style, the single exhaust outlet. You know, people hate it sometimes. They have all different tastes. But at the end of the day, this will flow the best. No, a little more, Aaron. Very good. The brake works good. Sounds mean. Alright, so setting up O'Brien's car on the dyno. I gotta finish this car at least on the dyno today because we got a 3.8 turbo coming in tomorrow for the tune. The exhaust was actually a lot louder than O'Brien wanted, but it sounds so good that we can't just let go. I was actually thinking of putting the resonator, but how I designed it, I made it not to bottom out and barely clears the subframe and everything. So what I'm going to do is just use that silencer, which actually toned down a lot. It may not sound perfect, but it's way quieter. So this particular dyno we set up for Genesis Scoop. So all the straps are already adjusted, so it's easy to set up. Sometimes we get like a front wheel drive or some different cars come in, but mainly set up for the Genesis Scoop. So those who don't know about the dyno, all these straps, once you actually set up the car, you align it kinda. So either way the car will actually go straight. In this case it's a rear wheel drive, so there's no steer, so it's gonna be straight once you align it. But basically these straps, it's recommended to do crisscross. But once it's aligned, we never had issues like that. And some of the Genesis Scoop guys have dual exhaust, so I ended up melting it. So that works perfectly fine. And front strap, you only need like one. Some shops don't even use it, but this is mainly preventing from the car to jerk off from off the dyno backward. That rarely happens, especially on the dual rollers like this. So one strap's just fine, so just prevent it from coming off, and there's another wheel chock that will also prevent it. Alright, so you see 2.0 4 cylinders. Now it's 6 cylinders, 3.8 baby. Let's get it. water, no leaks, nothing. Nice and dry, no oil leak, cool leak, nothing. This is when the dyno comes handy. I did like 3 or 4. Just basically checking, make sure everything's in working order, nothing's popping off. Because obviously he's gonna beat the crap out of this car again. So the timing and everything is almost stopped, maybe slightly advanced. Air fuel ratio wise, I'm actually adding more fuel down low and just leaning out a little bit because these cars actually run very rich from the factory already. Right now I'm just basically, he's got a 2.0 real end still, so it actually jumps very quick. And I gave it a throttle response too. So it's very responsive. And the RPM is set at 6,800, not going too crazy at the top. Dotted line is when he was 2.0. Same gear ratio and everything. So low end obviously has more torque. But it's just more linear torque on the 3.8 and it makes more power at the top, definitely. More torque as well. So, and obviously it's gonna be a lot more reliable than turbo car and you're gonna beat the crap out of the car at the higher RPM on the track. So, power wise, about 15 more horsepower than the 2.0. But the torque obviously has more peak torque here down low, which probably he isn't even going to be in because it'll be just here and just clutch kick. Oh, 15, let's just see, about 58 to 46 to 25, so about 20 more torque up there. So it's more linear, you could see it's not choppy, it's more predictable, very linear, so it's, you know, easier to control. When I had my 3.8, so much easier to drift it, you know, more control, more torque, just instant torque instead of, you know, waiting the turbo to spool. Not that, you know, the factory has the biggest turbo, but still, you know, it's more predictable. It's about 9 o'clock now. I really want to go home. I miss my kids and everything. You know, I was away for like 3 days, but I gotta get the job done. So, you know, if there's nobody else and I'm the only one that's gonna be, you know, doing the rest of stuff. But what I told Ryan that I'll actually have him try one of our rigid colors. It's very simple stuff that you see right here, like just CNC cowlets. Alright, so how the rigid color works is pretty simple. All the manufacturers, they intentionally make all the holes and stuff like that bigger, so when they assemble it, it's easy to go in and out. So something like this, it's a rear subframe bolt right here. You could see, you could turn this and go in. It has a lot of like rust and stuff like that in here though, but that happens. So you could technically see the hole is way bigger than the bolt. So thus will have some plays inside. I can't even turn this bolt. And you can see that the bolt is not even centered. I'll insert one of these. And it will actually prevent it from having more play. Believe it or not, this very simple mod does work a lot, and we have a video of it if you want to check it out. Any baby, free candy, free candy. We have too many right here. The last two actually shows the best example. You can see from over here, you can see how the bolt is sticking out more toward to the right. So by centering this whole bushing, we'll have, and yet, you know, you see all the gaps. So it's gonna not only center the whole bushing to the bolt it'll actually help to fill up the gap pretty much. See what I'm talking about now? So, yeah. And I just torque it all down. So it's all evenly torqued down. So I guess the car will be ready to be picked up soon. Just have to bolt down little things and just clean up the car. Probably do a car wash a little bit tomorrow. We just have to wait till Orion shows up with his truck. Nothing up here. And nothing up here. The dashboard just held by 2 nuts. And so that you could use the emergency signal, the gauge panels here, so you can see the speed, the fuel, everything. And now the coolest thing is it's got the nice button. The trunk works, locks, and now it's push button start. How cool is that? Woo, baby! So there you have it. I'll see you guys tomorrow.